Welcome to Real Horror, your go-to channel for deep dives into real-life enigmas that haunt small towns and big hearts alike. Today, we're exploring a chilling tale from the heart of rural Georgia, a story of love gone wrong, hidden dangers in trusted uniforms, and a community's relentless quest for truth. This is the account of Theresa Parker, a dedicated emergency responder whose life ended in tragedy and the long road to justice that followed. Remember, all details here are drawn from public records and investigations to honor the facts while respecting those involved. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. We uncover the shadows one story at a time. Imagine a quiet evening in a sleepy southern town where the biggest emergencies are usually minor mishaps. But on a spring night in 2007, one woman's routine turned into a nightmare that would grip an entire county. Theresa Parker, a 41-year-old woman known for her kindness and reliability, vanished without a trace. She was in the midst of starting fresh, packing up her old life and stepping into independence. What started as a simple move escalated into a mystery that exposed dark secrets behind closed doors. Over the next 2 hours, we'll walk through her life, the fateful events, the painstaking probe, and the courtroom drama that brought closure, sort of. Buckle up, this one's a roller coaster of betrayal and resilience. Let's start at the beginning, because to understand the end, we need to know the roots. Theresa grew up in the rolling hills of northern Georgia, a place where family ties run deep and community is everything. Born in the mid-1960s, she was the middle child in a close-knit household. From a young age, she earned the nickname Mother Teresa, not just for the saintly reference, but because she had this innate ability to nurture and organize. Her siblings recall her as the one who kept things together during tough times, always stepping in to help with homework, chores, or just a listening ear. School days were filled with typical small-town adventures, cheerleading, friendships, and dreams of a stable future. But life threw curves early on. Theresa married her high school sweetheart right after graduation, full of youthful optimism. Sadly, the union was short-lived. They were too young, too unprepared for the realities of adult life. The divorce left her heartbroken, but it also sparked a determination to build something solid for herself. In her 20s, she found her calling in public service. She took a job as a dispatcher for the local emergency services in Walker County. Picture this, sitting in a dimly lit room, headset on, fielding calls from panicked residents. It's a high-stress role, demanding quick thinking and calm under pressure. Theresa excelled at it. Colleagues described her as the steady voice on the line, the one who could soothe the caller while coordinating help. She worked long shifts, often 12 hours at a stretch, 4 days a week. It wasn't glamorous, but it fulfilled her, helping people in their worst moments aligned with her caring nature. Over the years, she rose to supervisor, earning respect from officers and civilians alike. They called her Mama T, a testament to her maternal vibe in the workplace. She was the type to bring homemade treats or check in on a coworker's family. But beneath that professional poise, her personal life was evolving. Enter Sam Parker, a figure who would become central to this tragedy. Sam was born around 1955, also in Georgia, into a family with strong roots in the area. He served in the Marines, which instilled a sense of discipline and toughness. After his military stint, he pursued law enforcement, joining the Lafayette Police Department in the early 1980s. Lafayette, with its population hovering around 7,000, is the kind of place where officers know everyone. Sam built a reputation as a dedicated cop, 25 years on the force, multiple commendations for bravery. He was outgoing, funny, the life of the party at department gatherings. But there was another side, a history of turbulent relationships. Sam had been married twice before, with children from those unions. His ex-wives later shared stories of volatility, though at the time he presented as the ideal protector. Theresa and Sam met through work, she in dispatch, he on patrol. It was the early 1990s, and sparks flew despite their differences. Theresa was quiet, reserved, a homebody who avoided drama. Sam was loud, charismatic, always ready with a joke or story. Opposites attract, as they say, and on September 11, 1993, a date etched in history for other reasons, they tied the knot. Their home was a cozy spot in the countryside, a retreat from the demands of their jobs. Early years seemed blissful, shared meals, weekend getaways, building a life together. Theresa threw herself into the role of stepmom, blending families with grace. Sam continued climbing the ranks, becoming a sergeant, but cracks appeared over time. Friends noticed arguments, though Theresa kept things private. She wasn't one to air dirty laundry. Her focus was on maintaining peace. As the marriage progressed into the 2000s, tensions mounted. Sam had a drinking habit that sometimes fueled outbursts. There were incidents, one in 2002 where police responded to their home after reports of a disturbance. Clothing scattered on the lawn, a smashed phone, signs of chaos. Theresa downplayed it, attributing marks on her skin to anxiety. No charges were filed, a common outcome in small towns where everyone knows each other. But whispers spread. Theresa confided in close family about feeling trapped, about threats that chilled her. Sam allegedly boasted to others about his knowledge of the local wilderness, vast forests where one could hide anything forever. These weren't idle words, they hinted at a darker mindset. By 2006, Theresa had had enough. She initiated divorce proceedings, seeking an amicable split. They divided assets quietly. She got some furniture, he kept the house. Theresa was excited about her new chapter, a small apartment near her sister, more time with her nephews. Just 10 days before her vanishing, she took a solo trip to the mountains in Tennessee for reflection. It was a much-needed break, time to clear her head. She checked into a cabin, enjoyed the solitude, and returned refreshed. Little did she know, Sam had been checking up on her, suspicious of her activities. He obtained reservation details, noting what he thought was evidence of the company, though it was a clerical error. March 21, 2007 started like any other day for Theresa. She had taken time off to move, boxes packed, belongings shuttled to her new place. That evening, she visited her sister Christina for a casual chat, talking about the apartment, family plans. They hugged goodbye around 10 p.m., Christina later recalling an uneasy feeling, like something was off. Theresa headed back to the old house to grab a few last items, believing Sam would be out. She called a friend around 10:45 p.m., chatting from outside her apartment, sounding normal but a bit nervous about staying alone. She mentioned plans to return home briefly. What happened next remains shrouded in speculation, pieced together from timelines and evidence. Around midnight, Theresa likely arrived at the shared home. Sam claimed he was elsewhere, but records painted different picture. A brief call to her friend at 5 a.m. the next morning, just a hang-up, raised alarms. Attempts to reach her failed. By 6:30 a.m., concerned friends asked officers to check the house. They found Sam's vehicle there, but no sign of Theresa's SUV. Later that day, the SUV reappeared, spotless inside, as if freshly cleaned. Worry turned to panic. Theresa was dependable. Daily calls to her mom, consistent work attendance, missing appointments like an appliance delivery was out of character. By Saturday, March 24th, her family filed a report. The Walker County Sheriff's Office, close to both parties, called in outside help. The the Georgia Bureau of Investigation, and eventually the FBI. Agent James Harris led the charge, aware of the personal stakes. Searches began immediately, volunteers combing woods, flyers distributed, tips pouring in from as far as California. Initial theories abounded. Did she run away from stress? A history of short getaways fueled this theory, but no financial activity, no cards used, no withdrawals. Her purse, keys, phone, all gone, but essentials like makeup and contacts left behind. Foul play seemed likely. Attention turned to Sam. His alibi, out patrolling, then at a girlfriend's, but gaps emerged. A 2-hour window unaccounted for. He denied calls to Theresa that records confirmed. His truck's location contradicted witness accounts.
As days stretched to weeks, evidence mounted. The SUV yielded clues. 2 tiny blood spots on the rear latch, one Theresa's, the other mixed with Sam's DNA. The interior vacuumed meticulously, patterns visible. Sam's behavior shifted from cooperative to evasive. He suggested wild theories, Theresa in Mexico with a vacation acquaintance named Elvis. Investigators checked, nothing. Past incidents resurfaced, ex-wives alleging abuse, threats of undetectable disposal. One recounted a terrifying assault, another handcuffing and intimidation. A search of Sam's locker revealed explosives, old training material, he claimed, leading to his firing. A disturbing poster depicting violence against women added to the profile. Then a suicide attempt. Sam on his porch, weapon ready, in uniform. Officers talked him down. Prosecutors saw it as manipulation. Months passed without a body, but the case built on circumstance. In February 2008, Sam was arrested for murder, a rare no-body prosecution in Georgia. The trial in 2009 was intense. Prosecutors outlined a chokehold struggle, body transport in the SUV, disposal in familiar woods. Defense argued lack of direct proof, unreliable witnesses. After deliberations, guilty on murder and related charges, life without parole. Yet closure was incomplete. Searches continued. In September 2010, a farmer stumbled on remains in a remote area near Sam's family land. Dental records confirmed, Theresa's. Cause undetermined due to decomposition, but it validated the conviction. This case highlights domestic shadows and trusted roles. Theresa's story reminds us that sometimes the monsters we fear aren't strangers lurking in the dark. They're the people who know our plans and secrets, who shared our happy moments and smile in our family photos. Please speak up. Seek help if you find yourself in a toxic relationship. Thanks for watching. Kindly like, subscribe, and comment your thoughts. Until next time, stay vigilant.